For my curation tool, I chose Symbaloo. There was one specific reason and one reason only that I chose Symbaloo, and that is because I like the way that I can embed this into another website. And then my students don't have to come to the Symbaloo website. They can be on the website that they're on and not have an extra link to have to go to open up a new window. I like to have as few clicks as possible. My school campus uses Canvas, just like U of H uses Blackboard. It's the same type of system. And what I did was I created a Symbaloo with some games. Parents are always asking me, what can they be doing to kind of practice their skills? And I really hate for them to go home and have even more homework on top of their homework. So I created a Symbaloo for my students in my class that has little games that they can play just to practice their language skills when their parents want them to practice them. So that's why I love Symbaloo so much. This is the curation tool that I'm already making. I'm doing the one for 8th grade for their unit of study when they look at the moon and the sun and our galaxy in general, and just the effect that especially the moon has on our tides and our seasons and things like that. So what I want to go over today with you guys is I'm going to show you how to create a link. Each little box is a link and it will open in a new window. I'm going to show you how you can either have the name on the link or no name on the link. I'm going to show you how you can create the color behind the links. The reason these have different colored boxes behind them is because they are grouped by what kind of link they are. The ones down here are enrichment links, just little extra, maybe articles or videos that are kid-friendly that they could go to find more information. These with the yellow behind them are game links. Little fun, silly games. Maybe they're memory games, or maybe they have to recreate the orbit or figure out which picture goes there for the lunar cycle, whatever. So those are just different games I found. And I'm going to show you how to do those different things and a couple of other little tricks. The first thing you'll want to do is add a tile. All you have to do is click on the box. And it doesn't matter if that's where you want it, because you're going to get to be able to move it very easily if you want to. When I was curating these sources, I categorized them as I went, because I knew that when I got to the website where I wanted to put those links, I'd already have to have some type of organization in mind for them. So these already have categories. I copied my link. I copied it from my page. You could copy it from the address bar on the website. It doesn't matter where you copy it from as long as you have it. This one already is recognized by Symbaloo. It's Mars Quiz Whiz. I don't like that picture. It's kind of lame. So luckily they have a picture for me that I can already use. It's ready to go. You have to kind of give it a minute sometimes to load. It doesn't always pop right up for you. Not sure why that did that. I'm going to crop it the way I want it. Anything in this white area up here is going to be a color for the color of my tile. Right now it's white. Mars is the red planet. Let's make it red. So I could, down here, that name automatically popped up. I can change it if I want to. I can choose to add it, or I can choose not to. That's going to be your preference. I usually, if I feel like it's something that they can recognize in the picture themselves, I don't add it. If it's something that I feel calls for more explanation, I do. When it looks just the way you want it to, you click Save. And there's your tile. It's already set and ready to go. Okay, so I'm creating my last tile for this particular section. This one, the title came right up, and these pictures both came right up. And it's funny because that's the picture that I had saved to use. So that worked really well. If you really feel brave and you think you could find something easily, you could always browse tiles by category, and it'll show you tiles that other people have already created or tiles that are already there by Symbaloo. So for instance, NASA would probably be good to put on here. Maybe Discovery News would be something that would be really useful. Or Space.com. I already actually have a couple by Space.com. So I might add some of those to my web mix at some point. What I do want to show you is how I'm going to put all of these tiles into a category by putting a color block behind them, so that when my students glance at this web mix, they know exactly what type of link they're looking at. You go to Options, and you're going to click on Add a New Marker. It turns green and then it doesn't tell you what to do next, which could be kind of confusing. If you go off of that menu though, you'll see that you now have a cursor that lets you draw that marker around those tiles. I want a different color for these new marked areas because they just kind of blend in with the color I already have. Just something that sets them apart for me is fine. It makes them look a little different. I'm going to call this one Quizzes. And I'm set. The other things you can do in the options, I could rename this web mix if I want to. I could change the wallpaper. Right now I picked a really awesome picture that I already had. I could just make it a solid color. I could pick some images that are already there for me to use. But what I did do to get that galaxy image is I found a cool picture that I wanted. I uploaded that image because that's the one I liked. The other thing that I did was already, before I even got started, I knew I wasn't going to have a lot of different links for kids. You can resize the web mix, and column by column it will make this web mix larger or smaller based on what you want to do. I will warn you that if you already have your links set and ready to go and then you make your web mix smaller, sometimes those links go away. So it would be a great idea for you to gauge what size you need before sizing it and then make your links. That would be a better way to go about doing that. One more thing that I was going to show that you could do as you're creating these tiles, if there isn't already a picture that you like or what have you. So here's NASA. See, sometimes you can just type in the name of the website, and if Symbaloo has it, it'll get you all hooked up. You're ready to go. I can come down here instead and choose an icon if you don't want to go to the trouble of saving images and having that folder and messing with all that, but you still want to have some pictures that would set it apart. You can do that. So maybe I just want an N for NASA. I don't know. And then the icon is what you could use instead. So that's up to you and how you want this to look. So my Symbaloo is ready. Other ways that I could go in and find some more links for my students, I could go up here and search the web. I could search other web mixes that are made by other people and use tiles that they've already created. But now that my Symbaloo is ready to go, I want to share this. If you have a blog that your students access to get to your class, or if you have something like we do, like Blackboard or Canvas, and you want to embed this, you go up to the share icon, and when you first do it, it's going to ask you a lot of questions, but I guess because I've already clicked on that once before, it's going to give me my embed code, which I can copy and paste into my website. It gives you other options. You can make it private. You can make it to where there can't be comments on it. And then the other thing that you have to remember is if you embed this and then you go in and add some more tiles, you have to come up and click this update button. That way you don't have to have a new embed code. The same embed code will work. You really don't even have to go back and check on it or look at it again, because the new tiles that you've created will automatically be updated on whatever website you've used for that embed code. So I hope you've learned something new about Symbaloo. I hope you have found that it's a really great tool, a really great curation tool, and way to share links with your students. And it's great, especially if you want to embed that into a document.